We are about to disclose all things apps in China. These are life-changing apps. These apps are going to make your life so much easier. These apps might even help you to get a job. These apps might even help you to make money. Who knows? So please stick around because you might need this. If you are trying to come to China, you're already living in China, who knows, you might find that there are apps that I have that you don't have that will change your life, okay? Okay, let's start. So the first app that I want us to talk about today is WeChat, okay? So WeChat is an app that is owned by the government, okay? So before you start this app, you need to make sure that you have linked your passport details, your passport photo, everything about you is on that app so that you can use this app at its full capacity, okay? So why do I speak so high of WeChat in China? Because this app, you can have a WeChat channel, right? Where you post yourself just the same way as you have a YouTube channel, but there you'll be posting like short videos like how you post videos on Instagram or TikTok, okay? And YouTube, like YouTube Shorts. This is a great way of getting like good job opportunities or just, you know, creating a name for yourself, okay? So that's one thing. And then on WeChat too, you can also do money transactions. You can find jobs on WeChat, jobs from WeChat. There are jobs groups on WeChat that you can get yourself in, and then you can buy food on WeChat, you can order, you can book your hotel on WeChat, you can book a Didi on WeChat, you can pay for your electricity bill on WeChat. You can do so much. You can book a flight on WeChat. I mean, you can post music on WeChat and share to your friends what you are listening to. You can track your step count. I mean, but one thing I can tell you about WeChat too is that you need to be very careful. You need to be very careful of what you say. Don't speak ill of the government because you'll get into trouble. WeChat is monitored, so please try not to, you know, speak ill of the government or, you know, say things that you know you shouldn't be saying, okay? Because they will find you. The next app that I'm going to unfold is Alipay, obviously. After WeChat is Alipay. Alipay, I personally use Alipay only for transactions, but you can use Alipay for many other things. Like for example, if you're trying to send a kuaidi or a delivery, or you have something to send or to ship to another city, you can use Alipay for that. If you want to donate clothes on Alipay, you can also do that. They will come to your house and collect the clothes and it's not gonna cost you any money, okay? And then you can also buy food on Alipay. You can also attach Alipay to your, what's this? Taobao. If you want to buy clothes online, you can use Alipay to pay for those clothes. So all these apps, both WeChat Pay and Alipay, should be linked to your bank account so that you can make all these transactions, okay? So Alipay is as important as WeChat. You can try to use it if you're using the metro. You can just scan the QR code from your Alipay. You can scan a bicycle from Alipay. It has the hello chair that I'll touch on later. Like, there's just so much with Alipay. Like, you just need to make sure that you go through the app and see what is in there. You can buy credit or airtime or data, however you want to call it, on WeChat, both WeChat and Alipay. And yeah, and the nice thing about Alipay is it's a bit more international, so you can still be able to do transactions while you're not in the country. But I think for WeChat, it's a little difficult for you to get to be able to make transactions when you are out of China. Okay, but with Alipay, Alipay is more user friendly, but you do need all your details there so that you can use it fully. Okay, and then I hope I'm not speaking fast, okay? The next app that I have jotted down here, I have Meituan, okay? Meituan is a food app or shopping app. right? So right now, if I want to buy my groceries, I can go through Meituan, and it has a whole lot of shops that I can buy from. Maybe if I want to buy meat, I can go to the meat section. If I want vegetables, I can go to the vegetable sections. If I want to buy drinks, I can go to the drink section. If I want to buy flowers for myself, plants, whatever, I can go there. So Meituan is loaded with a whole lot of shops that you can buy from. Like if you just want something, you just put it there. Like if you want, maybe my charger is not working anymore and I want to order a charger, I just order it on Meituan and it will be on my doorstep within like 30 minutes to an hour. I just had a moment there where I'm just thinking about life in China and how convenient everything is. Oh my gosh, it's a lot. You just need to have a good phone, okay? Invest in a good phone and your life will be smooth. Right, and then the next app that I'm going to disclose also, that I'm going to tell you guys about, is Alipay. Alipay is also like Meituan. Meituan is also a mini app that you can use on WeChat or Alipay. So if you want to buy food, you don't have to directly use Meituan to save probably your storage. You can just use WeChat, and then WeChat has Meituan as well. So if you want to do food, you want to order food on WeChat, just know that the main search engine for that is Meituan, okay? And also, if you're trying to buy food, like maybe you want to get food from a Western restaurant or something, you can probably you can get what is it? You can buy from an app or a mini program on WeChat that is, I'm gonna show you guys these things somewhere here so that you know you can see what I'm talking about. So because I'm using my phone to film the video and my old phone here doesn't really have all the things that I would want to show you guys because I'm logged off in all of them. I can't really show you while I'm speaking, okay? So, but I am gonna take screenshots and show you somewhere here so that you can see what I'm talking about, okay? But some apps I can't open because I'll be having my chats there. I have like really private things that I can't show you guys, but I'll try to show what I can, okay? So with WeChat, I'm going back to WeChat. Do you see how important this app is in China? And I wish we had this kind of app also at home. I think we have WhatsApp, but WhatsApp is not as powerful as WeChat. If there's one thing I can tell you, is that WhatsApp is not as powerful as WeChat. Okay, so WeChat has mini programs, right? So Sherpas, there's an app called Sherpas, right? So Sherpas has like Western restaurant. If you're a foreigner like me, sometimes you get tired of eating Chinese food. Yes, you can find Western restaurants on Meituan. You can buy your QMax, your Blue Frog on Meituan or Alipay, but Sherpas specifically focuses on Western or international restaurants. So if you want to buy your Italian food, your Mexican food, American food, unfortunately, I don't think I've seen an African restaurant there. But if you want like spaghetti, pasta, burger, steak, and all of those things, you can find most restaurants there on Sherpas, and it's actually in English. But what I can say is that the app is quite expensive. Like delivery is quite expensive. Like if I'm using Meituan or Alipay, I'm gonna pay like 10 kwai for delivery. But if I'm using this app, I'm gonna pay like 30 kwai for delivery, and the shops are not even that far from my house. So it's quite strange. I just feel like with these apps, you're paying for the English service, because some of them, like if you're trying to use Meituan, for example, or if you're trying to use Alipay, for example, you are gonna pay less because it's Chinese based. Like if you're in Meituan on WeChat too, it's still Chinese based. But if you're trying to book a flight on WeChat, you use the app on WeChat, it's going to be in English, right? But if you download the actual app and you try to use it, you are going to you're not going to find it in English, and you'll find that the flight tickets there are actually cheaper than how they are on on WeChat itself, because your WeChat will be in English, right? So if your WeChat is in English, they'll try to make things easier for you. So some of the mini apps there will be in English. Okay, so just know that most of the time, if you're using, for example, if you're going to be using Didi, I haven't talked about transport yet, but if you are trying to get a Didi and your app is in English, chances are you might pay more than what a Chinese person would pay. That's why it's important to learn the language. Okay. Speaking of language, I want to talk about Pleco. Pleco is an offline dictionary or translator that you can have in your phone. So sometimes maybe you are in a place and you can't translate. Pleco will allow you to draw the Chinese characters, and it's going to translate it for you and tell you what that Chinese character means. Okay, and you can use it without having any Wi-Fi or having any data on your phone. Okay, then the other translator that I use is Google Translate. I don't use iTranslate because iTranslate charges you, like, the subscription is like 35 kwai per month. The last time I checked, that was like 3-4 years ago. I don't know now, but I use Google Translate because it's free, right? But for this to work, you need to have a VPN. Why am I whispering? Because it's not allowed. Okay, it's not allowed. Shh. Okay. So yeah, you need these two translating apps, and then your life will be easier. Baidu also has Baidu Translate. There's Baidu Translate too, but I'm not so sure about it. I never use it. I only use Pleco and Google Translate. WeChat also has a translating option. You see why I will always go back to WeChat. That's why I started with it. WeChat also has a translation option. Like sometimes you go to a place or you're reading something, you're reading the menu in the restaurant, you don't know what you're reading. You want to order, but the menu doesn't have any pictures. What are you going to do? Because the waiter in the restaurant cannot speak English. How are you going to be able to buy the food that you want to eat? So use your WeChat and just scan. I'm going to show you guys there if it's possible to screenshot that, but you can just take a picture of the menu and then just scan it, and WeChat will translate it for you and life will be easier. Okay, so that's another thing that you can have. And then what else? I want to start with the most important apps that can change your life in China. I'm gonna talk about apartments. Like, you come to China, it's your first time, you want to find an apartment. How do you find it? We have apps for that, but the main app that most foreigners use, it also has an English option, is Z-Room. Z-Room is a very, very convenient app for foreigners. It makes it so easy to find a house. So all you have to do is just put like which area you want to live, which subway station you want to live close to, and then maybe if you want a single bedroom apartment, you're gonna, like, they have options there. Like, you can choose which apartment you want, what kind of apartment you're trying to get. You want a 2-bedroom, you want a 3-bedroom, you want a shared apartment, you want a loft. There are options there. So you just put what you want to get, and then it will show you, and then you can just click on it, and you'll directly talk to the agent, and then you add the agent's WeChat, and then you can take it from there. The agent will take you on a tour. You go see your apartment, and if you like it, you move in, you pay the agency, and then you move in, and life is good. And most of the time is that you find that these Z-Room apartments have Wi-Fi installed already, and you don't have to pay for your water bill. Your water bill is in your rent. Your electricity bill, I'm not sure about it, but most of the time the Wi-Fi and the water are already in your rent. Okay. And then from there, I want to talk about, before I talk about shopping, I'm gonna talk about, I want to talk about search engines. Google is not allowed in China. Google is banned in China. I think Yahoo also is banned in China. Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, all these things. So you're wondering, girl, how you have a channel? How do I have a channel? Well, I could say because I'm using that thing I don't want to mention. Just read my lips, okay? And which one can you get? I use an iPhone, so I pay for my thingy, and it is about, I pay around 200 every 3 months, or 160. No, 120. I'm so sorry. I pay around 120 quarterly. Is it quarterly? No. I pay 120 every 3 months because I like watching DSTV, but it could be cheaper also if I'm not watching DSTV, because for me to watch DSTV, I need to have a server that says that I am in South Africa or I'm somewhere in Africa, because you can only watch DSTV in Africa and not out of Africa. So then if I want to, use this app, YouTube or Instagram or all of those apps, I need this app. Otherwise, I cannot be connected. Otherwise, I cannot talk to my family back home on WhatsApp. So this is a very, very important thing, especially for foreigners. You will need it in your phone. But I think for Android users, you can have like the free ones. I'm not sure how fast they are though. But the last time I used Android, I had like I forgot the name, it was a long time ago, but I did have apps that helped me. But for now, you can install Astral or you can install Shadow Rocket. Okay, I personally use Shadow Rocket and it's really fast and I'm happy with it. Okay, and then search engine. What are you using for search engine? You will use Bing.com. Okay, Bing and Baidu. There's Bing and Baidu. Bing has English, but Baidu, I'm not sure. So you can try to use, if you can't connect to Google with your thingy, that thingy, you can just try to use Bing as a substitute, okay? Now let's move on to transport. I went to Guangzhou and I talked about how I got to the airport and that I paid the money that I paid when I went there. So yeah, I paid much less. So how do I get these apps? I'm gonna show you here. I have this app. It's called Dida. Okay, Dida is an app just like Didi. So there's Didi and then there's Dida. Dida is cheaper, right? You just have to make sure that you order the cab in advance. Like for example, when I was going to the airport, I ordered it the night before so that in the morning I just go. But you can also order the app order the cab like an hour or two prior, okay? So that you communicate with the driver, and when he's on his way, he's gonna tell you. And then when you get into the cab, you click that you've entered the cab and then it moves. And when you get to your destination, after you leave the cab, you need to tell the app that you are now out of the cab. And if maybe you got there really quicker than they had estimated, then it's gonna give you a bit of a refund. You have to pay the app before you start your journey, okay? You have to pay for it, otherwise the cab is not gonna come, okay? And also you need to be aware that some of these cab drivers can try to cheat you. Like the other time when I was traveling, he said, you can pay like 100 and then I'll get there really quick and then blah blah blah. I don't know what, maybe I was tired that day, I just fell for it and then I just paid the guy, only to find out that when I got into the cab, no, I didn't even pay through the app. I paid him directly. So he canceled the cab, but he was still going to pick me up. And I was like, why did I do this? Because this is risking my safety. But because China is such a safe country, I was not that worried, because China is very safe, guys. One thing I can tell you about this country, life is easy, like things, it's easy to get things and it's safe. Like, I live alone, I'm a girl, and I am never worried when I'm alone. Like, I can take a walk at 10 p.m. and I'll still be safe. I can take a walk at like 3 a.m. I will still be safe. I can vlog in the streets and I will still be safe. Okay, maybe that's like a video for another day. Okay, safety in China. Right, so he decided to like get me in the morning. I think I was also going to the airport, and then I only found out like when I'm in the cab, because I was sharing the app with sharing the cab with other people, and he was trying to make the other people pay 100 too. So when we got there, he thought, okay, I'm gonna make 400 for one trip. He thought he was trying to be smart, but then the other people, the other passengers were like, oh hell no, you are not gonna make us pay this money. The app said we must pay 70 and you're trying to make us pay 100. And I'm like, I would have just gotten a Didi. Like, and I'm sharing a cab. With Didi, you don't have to share a cab with anybody. But with this one, you will find yourself sharing a cab, but paying much less, okay? Let me move on to the next app, transportation app that is cheaper than Didi. We have Hello Che. Hello is the same app that I use for bicycle. Like, if I'm trying to get a bicycle, you can get a bicycle through this app, and this app is also linked to Alipay. Okay, so they also have the same cheap apps, just like Dida. And then there's another app, I call it the Flying Pig, not sure what it's called in English, but I don't think this one works all over China. I think because when I was in Shanghai I couldn't use it, but I use it sometimes in Beijing. The reason I have all these apps is because sometimes you try to use Didi. Didi is the most popular cab app. So sometimes you try to use this app and you find yourself being on a long queue and you have to wait to get a driver or a cab. So I just go to other apps to find cabs if Didi is not available, right? I just wanted to say something I almost forgot about cabs. Oh, I was also going to tell you guys that Meituan also has cabs. There's Meituan Che. There are so many different types of cabs, and then there is the government meter taxi that you pay for. That one is also on Didi. So Didi, oh, I didn't even talk about Didi because I'm trying to talk about the cheaper ones. Okay, so there's Didi, guys. Didi is the app that we all use more often. You can use Didi everywhere in China. You can use this app. It's a big taxi app or cab app, okay, that you can use, and it should also be linked to your Alipay or WeChat. You cannot pay your Didi driver with cash, okay? So Didi has like Didi Flash, Didi Express, Premier, Lux. So if you want to go somewhere in a nice car like a Mercedes Benz with the, nice treatment, luxurious life, soft life, you can get a Didi like that. And obviously you're gonna pay more. Then you have Flash and Express that will come quicker. And then there's a normal one, and there's a meter taxi, and there's a Premier. There are many types of Didi taxis, okay? So you can just decide. Just make sure you download all these apps that I'm talking about, because they're about to make your life so much easier. And then we're going to talk about Tencent. Tencent is an app that's just like Z-Room. If you want to have like a video meeting or, what Z-Room does, I'm not going to say much about it. We use Tencent because sometimes you don't have a good VP. I almost said that word. You don't have that strong thing. So you might have to use Tencent. And sometimes you find that if you're working in China and you're trying to have meetings with your other Chinese colleagues, they are not going to have these apps that need the VP. Okay, I almost said VP, that word, you know it? Okay, so you will definitely need to have Tencent in your phone. And now I am going to move to shopping apps. I'm now moving to shopping apps. Wait, I think before I talk about shopping apps, I should talk about a job app that is very, very good. But if you want to use this app, you need to make sure that you have a Chinese friend that can help you activate it for you. You need to put your CV there, you need to put your details there, what you want, your expected salary, a description, all of those things, the kind of job you want to have. And then these companies are going to try to find you. Instead of you finding the company finds you. And this app is called Boss App. Boss App will help you get a job. You don't have to wait for them to find you. You can also try to find them and connect with them, and you will definitely get a job. Yeah. I don't know for all departments or all types of jobs, but I think if you're trying to get like somebody knocking. If you're trying to get probably you want to be a teacher, because most foreigners in China are trying to come here to teach English, you can find yourself a training center there. You can find yourself a kindergarten there, even a primary school, or maybe just teaching job agents. They're there. They will look for you. You don't really have to look for them the whole day. As long as you are online and all your details are attached, they will see that you are trying to look for a job, and then they'll find you. Okay. And you can also try to find them too. Right. Now, another app that I want to share with you guys it's not a job app. It's a shopping app. Somebody asked me, where do you get your gadgets? Where do you get all the gadgets that you use? I don't have a specific one particular place that I buy my things from, but I buy things from JD.com on my phone. JD is so good. If I try to buy, I bought my hard drive from JD, I ordered it and it was there within an hour. And then they also sell cameras, phones, they sell a whole lot of tech things. Whatever you need, you can buy. But I like to buy some things straight from the store. Like, for example, if I want to buy an iPhone, I'll go straight to the store. And this is why, there, the service is quicker. They can tell you a lot about what's in the whatever you want to buy. Yeah, and sometimes you find that buying from the store is actually cheaper than buying from a vendor who's authorized. Okay. But I think I told you guys in one of my vlogs that I bought my MacBook M1, the 2021 version, from a vendor, right, on WeChat. His name is Frank. He's very, very popular and he sells good gadgets, 100% authentic, and the service is quite good as well. You don't have to directly talk to him. He has a mini program on WeChat. WeChat again. He has a mini program on WeChat, so you just do the transaction through WeChat, put your address there, and trust me, your laptop or your phone or whatever will be on your doorstep within a day or two, depending where you are. Because he's in Beijing and I'm in Beijing, I got my laptop the next day. But maybe if you are in, I could also get it on the same day, but I had to pay more. He told me if you want it today, I can send it to you today and you'll get it in 2 hours. Then I said, no, it's okay, because it was going to cost me probably 100, because it's something really, really valuable. So I was just use SF Express, because I trust SF Express so much. So I'll get it the next day. So I got my laptop and I'm still happy. There's nothing wrong with it. It is absolutely from the Apple Store. Why didn't I buy from the Apple Store? Because it was out of stock. They stopped selling it as soon as M2 got released. I really hope this thing is still recording. Okay, and then let's go to other shopping apps. Taobao. You probably know about Taobao. Taobao is the app that it thinks it is. You will find luxury clothes on Taobao. You will find it has a large market. You can buy anything. If you are broke, you don't have money, you want to buy clothes but you don't have money, you have 50 kwai and you still want to buy something, Taobao got you. If you want to buy a luxury Gucci or LV or Prada or whatever, item. Let me tell you, Taobao is your girl. Taobao has like clothes. You can buy anything on Taobao, guys. I think you can even buy a car. I've seen somebody sell that car on Taobao. And also Taobao has an option where you can sell your secondhand items, right? And you can also book a flight on Taobao. What else can you do on Taobao? There's so much that you can do on Taobao. You don't only have to buy clothes on Taobao, okay? It has clothes. There are cheap clothes, good quality clothes, bad quality clothes. Everything is there. You just need to take your time if you want to shop on Taobao. You need to take your time. You can even buy this hair on Taobao, but you need to take your time if you really want good quality clothes. Shein and all of these other shops are also under Taobao. Like, Taobao is big, okay? It is so broad. So you want to have Taobao, but for you to be able to shop on Taobao, you need to link your bank card or you need to link your Alipay, okay? Yeah. And then apps like Taobao. You can also buy from apps that are just like Taobao, and we have apps like Pinduoduo. I think Pinduoduo is much cheaper than Taobao. And then you have another app that is 1688. 1688 is Alibaba. It's also it's just like, it's a bit like Taobao, but for it you have to buy things in bulk. Like, sometimes they don't allow you to, like, let's say I want to buy this shirt, I can't only buy one, I have to buy like 3 of them. So you have to buy things in bulk on Alibaba or 1688. 1688, yes. Now I'm gonna go to another app. Guys, I don't think I can be able to cover all the apps that I'm using. Otherwise, this video will probably be an hour long, or yeah. So another app that I want to plug you guys with is the moving app. If you're trying to move to another house, or you were trying to move, what is it called? Let me check what it's called. Huolala or something like that. This app is really good for moving. Like, maybe if you're also lazy to pack your stuff, they can send people to come and pack your stuff out of your house. And then yeah, this app, I use it all the time. Every time I'm moving apartments, I call them to come and collect my things. You have an option, like, you can click what kind of van you want. Maybe if you want like a big truck, you want a small van, you want a minibus, they have all of that there. You just need to like pick, and it's very cheap. It's just like, you just call it like you're calling a Didi. Basically, it's very quick, and the workers are always very friendly too. So yeah, that's the other app that I wanted to show you guys, okay? Do I have any other apps here? I have so many apps here. Some I don't know what they're called. There's literally an app for everything. There is literally an app for everything in China. But I feel like I have covered most of the apps. You're probably going to wonder like, oh girl, you didn't talk about TikTok. I don't use TikTok, but also in China, we don't use TikTok. We use Douyin. If I want TikTok, maybe you are trying to use TikTok in China, or you want to come and use TikTok in China, you have to have a SIM card for TikTok, or you have to, I don't think you can even use it with the VPN. You just need to have, ooh, I said the word. You just need to make sure that you have that SIM card. I don't have it. I don't have TikTok. I don't even have Douyin. Douyin is the TikTok for China, for Chinese people. But if you're outside China, you can use the TikTok that everybody uses. But in China, we don't use that TikTok. I don't know why. I know why, but I don't want to say it. Okay, and then we have the music app. Where can I listen to music if you're not using iTunes, iMusic, Apple Music, sorry. If you're not trying to use that kind of music, maybe you can use QQ Music, okay? China has QQ Music. You can link it to your WeChat too for it to work. You have to link it to your WeChat too if you want it to work. Yeah. So WeChat, I told you, WeChat is the master of all apps in this country. If you don't have WeChat, you cannot live in this country. You cannot live in this country. There's another app that I didn't tell you guys about, and this app is Dianping. This app is really, really nice for like if you're trying to find good places to chill, you want to go have like your birthday dinner, you want to go on a date, you want to go like you just want to go to nice places in J. Oh, you want to book a hotel, you want to go to a bar, you want to find, you know, all these things. You can get this app and it will help you find these places, these really, really, really nice places. For example, if I open the app, it already knows my taste because I use it so much. So it always shows me places that I could be interested in going to. Or maybe if I want to go to another country, I can still use this app to help me find places to chill in another country. That's how cool it is. Because I think how does this app get to know all these places outside China? It's because there are Chinese people who travel to other countries. So it's just like Instagram, but not like, I don't know, Instagram. So these people have their accounts, their Dianping accounts, and then they post there and then they give these places reviews, and that's how I find those places. So if you link the review, if there's a review of this place, I'm gonna click on the name of the place and then the app is gonna show me how the place looks, okay? And then I'll go. Right? So that's how I find places, because there are Chinese people who have their accounts of these places. Like I can also have a Dianping account, I just don't have it, but I can try to have a Dianping account and then post things there, and people will be able to find places through my account, okay? If you want to take advantage of these apps, you want to use all these apps, you might find yourself even saving money just because you have these apps, okay? Please try to learn how to speak the language, learn Chinese, and I'm telling you this, you are gonna save so much money from just learning the language, okay? If you want to know how things happen around the country, you will need to learn the language. I am not fluent myself, but I'm able to go to places, I'm able to get things done with the little that I know, and it makes my life so much easier. I find myself paying much less than I would if I used English, you know, because I feel like sometimes we do pay for English, okay? So please try not to say, oh, I'm coming to China, but I can see that I can still get things done with English. Let me tell you something. Yes, you can get things done if you're using English, but chances are you are gonna pay more money because of that English, okay? So please try to learn the language, and yeah, your life will be much easier. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. I did not share all the apps. I just thought of one app right now that I didn't tell you guys about, but I feel like if I continue telling you guys about more apps, maybe I'll have to create film another video for more apps. These are the basic apps that I just shared with you guys, and I hope you can download them and have a much easier life in China. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna tell you guys. That's all I'm gonna share with you guys. Please subscribe. Please like, engage with my content, guys. It really helps my channel to grow. And yeah, I'd like to thank all the people that have been sticking around. I'm so grateful and thank you for that. I'm gonna see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye.